So I'm really happy that you guys are here tonight. Noisy. Is that you, Sharon?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Maybe I'll put you on mute, okay, for a little bit. Is that
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
And then I'll unmute you guys, or I'll unmute you when I'll leave it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So anyway, I wanted tonight to be a little bit easier. I've been thinking a lot about using the essential oils, and I really like doing the Zoom kind of calls because it is interactive. So if you have a question, you could ask a question, right? Because sometimes you're just listening, which is also great, you know. So I know that Sharon, you got the oils a while ago. Judy has been using them. And this is really for many people that, that I've shared with, and everybody's on a different journey, right? Some people, they get their oils and they're like, yeah, they get started right away. And then other people don't. And there's really no right or wrong way. So I always think that people feel badly that they haven't started with their oils. I didn't. I actually got my oils and nothing. I put them away in a cabinet. So that's my story. And look at me now. I'm loving my oils. So I thought tonight we would sort of just go. I don't need to go through my story. You know who I am and all that kind of jazz. And that we would just go through a lot of the oils in the kit. Does that sound like a good idea?
Great.
Okay, good. Yeah, because I don't know where you're at with, what you're using and what you're not. So
who's that brown?
Is that your husband in the background?
The woman.
Yes.
Oh, that's Judy. Hey, Judy.
Sorry.
All right.
I couldn't get the audio on. So
okay. But you're on now.
So now I can hear you.
Okay.
I'll mute myself. Sorry about that.
You can mute yourself and unmute yourself if you have a question. Okay.
Okay.
Whatever.
Okay, thanks.
No problem. I don't think you guys can see me, but I'm on video too. So I thought I'd start with the easiest oil.
I can see you.
Say again?
I can see you.
Oh, you can? Oh, great. Because I can't see.
Great.
All right. It's okay. So anyway, the oils come in this really pretty box, even though my box is getting kind of old. And my suggestion really is to take them out of the box, because if you leave them in the box, I think it's going to be hard to really access them and use them. I mean, that's just the way I like it. I have them in the box because I share these, and there's barely, so I bring this box and sort of talk to people about different oils that come in this kit. And, and there are a lot of resources, but we'll just go through basically the ways that we use oils, right? So there's lots and lots of ways that we can use oil. We can use them aromatically, right? So that means you just can take an oil, like let's say a lavender, and put a drop on so low on my oils in this thing, and you can just inhale a few times, and you'll get the effect of the oil. It takes about 22 minutes for an oil to hit every cell in your body. It hits your limbic system, so you're going to be having a reaction to an oil, right? So, you're feeling kind of stressed, whatever, you pick an oil that's going to help you with that, right? Also, aromatically, you can use your diffuser, right? So you can set your diffuser up and you can put any oil that you want into that diffuser, right? So that's another way of getting the oils. Like I always think my dog is so lucky because he besides having them on me, the house is I always have something on in my diffuser, every day is different. And then another way you can use oils is topically. And that gets a little complicated because if you have like a little bit of a skin sensitivity, right? I thought I would, but I actually don't. But you always want to err on the side of safety, right? As opposed to just like, oh yeah, I can do it. So an oil, let's say, for example, like Panaway, right? Which I'll talk to you about in a bit, it's considered a hot oil because there's wintergreen in it. So it's very spicy and hot, right? You wouldn't want to put it near your eyes or anything like that. So with an oil like this, you might add a little bit of a carrier oil. So like I have like a roller, for example, which I can tell you how to make these and all that, or a little bottle, right? And you can just put a little, like 5 drops of Panaway into let's say maybe, 2 teaspoons of oil, just for an example. And it's really up to you. Like I like them stronger because I've been using them for a long time, and you might like them stronger as well. So it's really up to you to decide what it is, how you want to use them that way. And then the third way that you can use the oils, this is just a quick review, is through ingestion. Okay, now Young Living has this line called Vitality. Right? I don't know why my screen goes dark like that, but and the Vitality oils, which are great because they're marked with this white label, so it makes it really simple to know Vitality. You could also go online and or you could look in your catalog. Even though Sharon, both of you, the catalog this is their new catalog, which is amazing. So it has a lot more products than 2016, which includes makeup and a baby line, which are the two biggies. But you can look up, they have a whole thing of what the Vitality oils are. And they have about, about 25 or so. And Vitality oils mean you can add them to a drop, like you can drop of lemon into your water, a drop of peppermint into your water. You can, sometimes I just put them on my tongue like like thieves or something. You can put them into a capsule, and you can also cook with them, right? So you can cook with lemon. Like last night I made a chicken dish, and I had oregano oil, and I put a drop of oregano in it. It was really delicious. So those are the three main ways that you use oils, right? But of course, it's like using them, we have to use them, right? So that's what tonight's talk is about. It's about how to really incorporate and how to start, if you are just starting again with the oils and you want to get reinvigorated. And if you're using them, great. We're always learning new ways to use the oils. That's the amazing thing, is that I'm a beginner too. Like, I'm always learning things. I'm always reading, formulas that can help me with different things that are going on in my body or in my mind. So it's kind of fun, right? And it's really just about, like, I like to sort of cook and experiment. Like, so I don't love following a recipe. I'm one of those people that just throws it into the pot and cook it. Sometimes I follow a recipe. So in the same way with my oils, I just sort of throw them together and somehow it works for me, especially for certain things like muscular support, like having certain things going on in the body like that. So we're going to start with lavender because it's right here. You have a question? We all good? Yes?
On. No, we're on.
You're okay. So lavender is an amazing oil. I'm just going to go through a couple of the ways that I use them, use each of these oils, and sort of like my hacks of these oils. Like lavender, to me, it's like, we know that it's one of the most popular essential oils, right? It's, you're going to find it in every store in the universe, and it's in a lot of beauty products, right? So in a lot of creams and shampoos and, household things, you're going to find lavender. Unfortunately, it's not real essential oil. It's really a fragrance, and a lot of times fragrances are always not pure, and that falls into the 20% of not being healthy and good for us, right? So that's what's really great about these oils, is the purity of them. That's why I use them. There's so many reasons why, but that's one of them. So for lavender, the way I use lavender is, I love it in my diffuser with anything. I love it like with frankincense. I love lavender and peppermint. And I will layer lavender on, like if I'm doing something like I bent my toe backwards the other day, and it really hurts. It's much better now. So I put on my pan away, and I have peppermint and lavender because it's a very soothing and calming oil, right? So I feel like I'll put that on my foot, and it is feeling a lot better, but I've been slathering a lot of stuff on. So lavender is great like that. You can put lavender in your bath, right? You could put let's say 2 to 3, I do that a lot. I put 2 to 3 drops of lavender in my bath, and it's so nice. You could add lavender to any product that you have at home, right? You can add it to your body cream, right? Like unscented body cream. You could make like a lavender and frankincense body oil. So just, and again, it's your preference, right? So you can take a bottle, like I have a bottle in my bathroom. It's about, I think it's 16 ounces, and I have it filled with fractionated coconut oil, and then I add, well, I have geranium in that one, but I also do have lavender, frankincense, and tea tree, and I just use it as my body oil after I come out of the shower, and it's really nice. I've also made a, which I'll send you the recipe, is I've made, because Sharon, you're not on Facebook, and I've posted this before, but I've made a eye makeup remover with my lavender, right? So lavender, coconut oil, the fractionated because it's liquid, witch hazel and water. And I put it into a little jar, 5 drops of lavender, I think 2 tablespoons of oil, 1 tablespoon of witch hazel, organic, and 2 tablespoons of water. And then I have these cotton pads, and I put the cotton pads in my jar, and I give it a shake, and it takes off all my makeup, and it's so refreshing and nice to do at night. So that's another thing I like to do. Also, lavender is such a biggie. I also love, lavender is great for sleep time, right? So I put lavender in my, put it on, like, you can put it on the bottoms of your feet. You can put a drop or 2 on your hands and rub it on your neck. And then I like to put a drop on my pillow. And this is not every night because I have a lot of oil, so I use different things. It really depends on what I have. Sometimes like right now I'm almost out of lavender, which is kind of sad. Okay. Next oil is Digees. Now I have to tell you, Digees is really great for like people that have any kind of stomach, digestive things going on. So it really aids and supports your digestion, right? Like, it's great to drink and put a drop in the morning, like if you want to get your system moving a little bit quicker. It has tarragon, ginger, peppermint, juniper, fennel. So it's all those, it's very cleansing too, because there's a lot of these cleansing properties in it. So if you have any of those kinds of things going on in your body, like I've been sort of cleaning out my body in terms of eating better, and so I've been drinking a lot of lemon water in the morning, and I've been actually making ginger tea. And Digees would be a great one. I'm not going to lie that it's not my favorite oil to use. I guess maybe I don't really have a need for it. So I don't use it all the time, but when I do need it, it's great. Like if I've eaten like a lot, too much. So the way you can use Digees, you can take a drop or 2, you could rub it on your belly. Right? That's one way. Just take a drop and you put it on your hand, and you rub it in, and then you just rub it on your belly. And that's a really nice way to use Digees. Another nice way is you could put a drop in your water. You could also buy, like, they have these clear vegetable capsules, and you can put them in like a clear capsule, glycerin, and you could take it that way. And they're very effective. I mean, the bottom line is that, plants have been around for much longer than we have been, or anything else. And so, we know that plant therapy is working because it's becoming more and more popular, and people are really looking for different kinds of solutions. People are looking for non-chemical solutions when they can, right? Of course, medicine has its place, but, as we know, people tend to, go for medicine when they don't necessarily need to, right? But I'm not saying that, I wholeheartedly believe in, Western medicine when it's needed, not for the occasional headache, or, people really rely on like sleep aids and digestive stuff. Every day there are people taking like Maalox and gas products, and, there are different solutions. So lemon's, such a great oil. It's such an uplifting oil, right? I love the smell of lemon. I mean, who doesn't? And it's a great oil because you could add it to your water. We've heard that drinking water in the morning with lemon is very detoxifying and cleansing. And so you could add a drop or 2 to a big glass of water. I love also adding, like, just having lemon in my kitchen and adding it to my sink. Like, I'll put a drop in the sink and give it a wash. And because it's an essential oil, it's not going to like corrode anything also, by the way. So this is not like a real lemon. This is, the essential oil of the lemon. So it doesn't corrode. I also like adding lemon to like I have Thieves household cleaner, which I think you had a little sample of that, Sharon. And you
Yes.
could add lemon to that, right? it's just so enhancing. You could add lemon to your floor cleaner because it smells nice. I mean, I don't use any chemicals in my house anymore. I mean, this is part of my journey, is that I started off, I've always been healthy, ever since I've been a kid. I've always gravitated towards this way of life, way before if people were really doing it. I mean, people were doing it, but it was a very different world, right? And I find myself more and more wanting to find healthier solutions for my home and healthier solutions for my food, and for every part, put it to things that I put on my body. So I'm not, and I call it the 80-20, right? Just like we have 80-20 in food, we eat healthy, let's say 80 to 90% of the time. And then like that 10 to 20% of the time, we're kind of, having a sweet or, something that's maybe not on our list that we want to eat every day, but we want to have it occasionally. So it's the same thing with, putting things on your body, right? Like you don't want to constantly be putting chemicals on your body, and you don't want to be putting them in your home. So I love the fact that I can use like products like Thieves Cleaner and Lemon and Thieves around my home. I love adding lemon to like a spray bottle, and I'll sometimes spray the house with a little baking soda. That's kind of nice. Next is Copaiba. Copaiba is a really interesting oil. I mean, it's one of these oils that I don't completely understand. I'm being honest with you. I told you I don't know everything about everything. I know people always think I do, but I don't. So they say, from what I've read, there's a lot of things I do know and I do like. They call it an enhancer oil. So let's say you're using Panaway for sore muscles, right? And you put it on, you can actually use a little bit less of your Panaway because Copaiba supposedly is a magnifying oil. So you could actually put a drop of Copaiba in and it will magnify the value of the oil, of whatever oil it is you're using. They call it wellness in the bottle. This is also a vitality oil, so you can ingest it. It doesn't have much of a taste. You can put a drop in your water once again. How many times? Like, let's say twice a day, right? You can do that in the morning. And you could also add it to like any formula. I don't really diffuse this one because I'm not really sure. I don't know. It's not really, I like applying this to my body. Okay. And I'm going to talk a little bit about some other things. Thieves, I don't know if you know, but Thieves is like one of Young Living's most popular oils, right? They have an entire line of products based on this formula. They have, household cleaner, laundry detergent, and all sorts of things, toothpaste, mouthwash, which I use religiously. And it has some really great key ingredients. It has clove, which, they say is an anti-inflammatory, lemon, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and rosemary, which rosemary seems to be the new hot wellness flower. So this oil is very good for any kind of immune busting things that are going on. So in this winter time, with all the scares that are going out, I've been really powering up on my Thieves. And I do lots of things. Like I'll do Thieves. I have my Breathe formula. I also take echinacea regularly. I'll take I have vitamin C, which I take regularly. And so far, so good. You could also ingest this, okay? It's a vitality oil, same thing. It's a little bit stronger. Sometimes I like making Thieves tea, right? So you could add a drop of hot water, a drop of Thieves or 2 drops of Thieves into a big cup of hot water, which is great. Ayurvedically, they say that in order to clear your lymph out, like to really have a healthy lymph system, right, which is where everything gets all clogged up, is that the best thing to do is to sip hot, warm water throughout the day. Like that is one of the keys to health. And I do that sometimes, Great in the diffuser, right? Great in the bathroom. Like I love, I have like a spray bottle, I bought it online, glass. You have to use glass because these oils will corrode glass, plastic. So you put this whatever, 5, depends on how big your bottle is. You put this into a bottle, you spray it. I love it as my room spray. It's amazing, right? And so you're getting all these amazing benefits from it. How else do I use it? I think that's basically it, but I always have it with me. I mean, I either have it like this, and like I said, I have like a smaller roller. So I have a roll. I'm really into, practicality. So for me, carrying this around doesn't always work. So I'll put it into like a little roller like this. This is Valor. And then just, rub it like when I get off the train or I'm somewhere, I'm around people, just to sort of, it's like sort of my little Purell. Okay. Panaway is great for, we have to, the thing is, Young Living is very specific about, being compliant, right, with the product. So we can't really claim, that they do things, right? I mean, that's up to you to sort of find out, keep on using them and see. But Panaway for me it's a funny oil because when I got my kit, and I put my kit in my cabinet and really didn't use any of the oils, and then really just started playing around with all different oils, all different companies. And, I did that for about almost 2 years. And I would say that Panaway was one of the oils I never used. Like I didn't get it. I didn't understand why it was so fantastic. So I guess one day I thought, I'm going to start using it. And I started reading about the benefits of it. One of the things that it has, which is an amazing oil, is helichrysum. Helichrysum is supposed to be very good to support bones and just all sorts of, really it's good for the bones. So bones, wintergreen is also great for the bones. It has clove, which is great. It's an anti-inflammatory, and peppermint, which is also an enhancer oil and makes it a lot more powerful. So this blend is just amazing. So I started using it. Mainly, there are a lot of different ways that you can use Panaway. So you can use Panaway like on a specific spot. Like let's say you overworked, you ran a marathon. So your calves felt like that they were going to fall off. So you would take some Panaway, like let's say 5 drops, or I would take 10 drops and put it into like a little container with cream or oil. And I'd be massaging that Panaway on like twice a day. Okay. That's what I'd be doing. And that's what I do because I have lots of sorenesses in my body. So I would say on a daily basis, I have a few different things in my bathroom. I try to make it really easy for myself. So in the morning, it's like a really easy way to oil up. So I have like a little, I oil up with my geranium, my lavender, myrrh, frankincense, and tea tree. It's in a big jar. It's in a big bottle with coconut oil. And I put that really all over. And then like on very specific spots, I'll take out my other formula, which is also fractionated coconut oil, and I'll rub that onto, with the Panaway, and sometimes I add some other stuff. And then I'll massage that into specific spots. And it's really pretty magical. This is not an ingestible oil. Definitely don't ingest it. Don't put it near your eyes. It will really not feel too great. How else do I use? You could spot use it. You could put it on a spot. Like, as I said, I've been layering on my foot, Panaway, frankincense, black pepper, oregano is amazing, and some arnica. So frankincense is, we know it has, it's one of the oldest oils in the world. We hear about all the Bible references to frankincense, and it's a very special oil. It's not a cheap oil, and it's grounding. It's very good for meditation, and it's amazing for the skin, right? So that's really where frankincense shines, is in skin. So frankincense shows up in a lot of skin products. So again, you could just add it quickly to your, to a cream, right? I wouldn't add it to a cream that's like, I would add it to an unscented cream personally, because, I don't use scents at all. So these are my scents, these oils. Because you don't know how, like if you have a reaction, you wouldn't know if it's from the frankincense, even though it would be very unusual. you just like, I like to keep everything separate. And frankincense is great in the diffuser. It's also a great oil to rub on the bottoms of your feet. It's great for anything, really. It's the most amazing oil. Great in a cream. Purification, yes?
Um, you said to add it to a cream, unscented cream. What kind of cream would we add it to?
Okay, so do you use cream on your body at all?
No, not,
Lotion?
no, I really don't, but I will start.
Sharon, well, you live in a very moist climate also, you know what I mean? So maybe
Yeah, like,
that could be part of it. Like we're in the middle of a freeze in New York, and like my heat is on, so my body is so dry. You know, I need to really, otherwise I'd be so scratchy and itchy. It would be terrible. So, but that's a good question. Like Whole Foods makes a really nice cream. I don't, you have Whole Foods, right?
yes, we do.
Yeah, just like the Whole Foods makes like an unscented cream, okay? Or you could use an oil, like whatever makes you happy, but something that just says unscented.
Okay.
That's all, you know, because scents
And
are
beauty products at Whole Food?
say yes, oh yeah, they have yeah, and they have like a section in Whole Foods where it's sort of like beauty products, like you know, vitamins, right? You know, hair, you know, all that stuff. So I get some of my products at Whole Foods. You know, I mean, their prices are pretty you know, they're pretty reasonable. And they had this. They don't make it anymore, but they had this great cream. It was like for extra dry skin, which I bought last year, which is phenomenal. So I have like 10 more minutes because this is like, oh, maybe Judy, are you on? I don't know what happened to her. Okay. So we're going to go quickly.
I'm on.
Oh,
I'm here.
you
Can you
are
hear me?
on. Okay, Judy. Judy, is this your line with that you have like the unlimited or not?
What do you mean unlimited?
You know, like how you did Zoom calls and with Rachel, and you had like an unlimited.
Yeah, no, I don't have an unlimited, right?
Okay, neither do I. Okay, we have we have about 10 more minutes, I think.
Okay.
So we'll go through it and we'll finish up. Purification, great for crappy smells. I can tell you that every time that there's a crappy smell in my house, and my dog or the refrigerator, or I take a little bottle of it. You have little bottles in the bottom of your box, and I take a little bottle of it, and I take it on vacation with me because I can't stand smells, like bad smells, and I'll put like a drop or a few drops of purification on a tissue, and I'll put it in a glass and leave it in the bathroom, and it gets rid of all the smells. You know, sometimes you go to a hotel and it doesn't smell too great. Purification's great. Like sometimes I'll put it in the refrigerator if like something got funky in there, and I'll add like some baking soda. That's another great thing. Ooh, we'll end in 10 minutes. I'm fine. Okay, great. What else? Purification, you can diffuse it. It's another great diffusing oil. It's not an oil that I need very often, but it's super effective. I mean, I will just tell you that my dog one time did something disgusting, and I was shocked that it worked so well. Peppermint, you know, Sharon, you know, you love peppermint. Peppermint was like the oil that you're like, oh my God, I love it so much. I love peppermint. If I lived in your environment, I would be like hoarding peppermint because it's so cooling. It's so refreshing. And, you know, it's uplifting too, you know, so that's also great. This is a vitality oil. So in the summertime, I would say that almost every day I started my day with peppermint water. I just loved it. I love peppermint. I'm just like a big peppermint fan. You could put it in a diffuser. You can, I mean, you could use it as a foot cream, but I wouldn't put this on your body because it might be a little too tingly, you know. Yeah, so that's how you can put it, like make it in a tea. And then the last two is RC. RC is a great oil also for this weather, you know, when we get stuffed up, and you know, it's very good for any kind of respiratory support. Like when I had a really bad cold a few weeks ago, I couldn't taste anything, like nothing. I couldn't taste, I couldn't smell. And I basically took RC again with a little cream or oil, and I rubbed it on my chest. Eucalypt. I couldn't smell anything, and this is a pretty strong oil. And I have to tell you, the next day I felt I could taste again. So I don't know whether it was coincidence or not, but I really feel like I opened up my chest, and it was very, very helpful. Last oil is Stress Away, which comes at the bottom of your, if you haven't opened it all up, it comes at the bottom if you take this thing up, right? Oopsie, sorry. There's Stress Away is underneath there. Mine isn't there. Stress Away is an amazing oil. I love actually using Stress Away before I go to sleep at night now. I've been using that a lot. It's very relaxing. It's great if you're getting a massage. Super, super nice. It's great if you're feeling stressed. I like putting it in a bath. It's very, very tasty. Men really seem to like this oil. So, you know, you could also try it on your husbands. And that's really the thing is, my thought is that if you're, I have 7 minutes. Yes, I know. I would say that, you know, Judy, you know, the two of you, I mean, I'm going to take, this is going to be, I'm going to send this out to some people, but like, you know, for you two that are on, like, I know Sharon, you know, you want to get reacquainted with your oils, right?
Yes.
And my suggestion is that, you know, if you pick one oil, any oil, and you take it out of the box, or two oils that you think might be beneficial for you right now, right? And don't worry about the rest of the oils. And start using them. But you have to use them regularly. Like, so, you know, a good routine is waking up, you know, waking up in the morning. You all wake up in the morning, and so you take a shower, right? So you put cream on your face? Sharon, do you put cream on your face at all or no?
No.
Oh, really?
I use my coconut oil with
Oh, you?
helichrysum,
Oh,
a
yeah.
drop of helichrysum and geranium.
Oh, oh, yeah. So you have a coconut. So you put something on your face.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I was like, wow, Sharon, nothing on your face? Yeah, so you put something on your face, and basically, you know, you can add a little product, you know, if you, you know, just take one or two of the oils and start using them, reading about them, texting me about them. I don't know. I don't know if I sent. Did I send you this little booklet? I think I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I
To
think
me,
I.
yeah, I think I got that too.
Yeah, you did too. I try to. You know, since I started sharing last August, I've changed some of the things that I do. So I really try to make sure that everybody gets something. You know, a few things so that they can get started. The website is great, but it's very big and it can be confusing. You have a booklet, right, with information. What else is there? There's, there are books. I mean, I can send you lists of books of, you know, if you wanted, like on how to you know, all about aromatherapy. There's a great app, which I believe Judy has, and I don't know whether you have it. Let me get to it. I can send you the information, Sharon. And the thing is, here it is just to
How do you
start.
use the diffuser?
Say again?
How do you use the diffuser?
Which one do you have? Do you have the home diffuser? What, does it look like a flower or does it look like a cone?
This dewdrop, essential oil, ultrasonic diffuser.
Oh, you have a dewdrop. Okay, the dewdrop is super easy. Have you ever used it before?
No, never have. I'm just taking it out the box.
Oh my God, I'm not, hopefully I'll have enough time, but otherwise I can go through this with you. It's really simple. Basically, there's a plug, you plug it in, right? And
I
then
see
you take off
the plug.
you take the top off, right, of the diffuser, the cone part, and then you'll see like,
Okay.
like a cup shape.
Okay.
And then you'll see inside there'll be like a little stick on the side with a little red line.
Yes.
You fill the water below that red line. Below.
Okay.
Okay, you fill it up with water, and then you add let's say 6 drops of your favorite oil. And you have to see, because some people, 6 drops is nothing. And for some people, 6 drops feels like too much. So maybe start off with 4 drops. Like, what oil do you think you'd like to try?
I'm going to try lavender tonight.
Perfect. So you put lavender in, and there's 2 settings on the dewdrop where you can have the light on or off. Okay. So, and you'll see there's like a button. There's like a, you know, like a on and off button. So if you press it once, it's lit up in this very pretty color. And then if you press it again, it's plain and there's no lights. Okay, but remember, below the red line, because if you fill it above the red line, the diffuser won't work.
What is this little extra piece that they gave with it?
The little yellow thing?
A little funnel?
A funnel. A funnel?
It's like a little piece inside. I didn't know if it.
It goes in there. That's it's part of the diffuser.
Oh, and where does it fit in?
I have to look at it. I have to look at my, or I have less
Oh,
than,
it goes in. Okay, it goes in. Okay. You just cover the top part with that, and then you put the base over it. Okay.
it's simple. So I only
Okay.
have less than a minute. So I'm going to say goodbye, but I'm going to do this
you.
again. And I'm also going to start, as I said, putting smaller videos on so that people could like learn about a specific oil, because I think that might be very helpful.
Sounds great, Shell.
Right? You know?
Yeah.
And, you know, because we can always learn more, right? I mean, I could still learn about the amazing ways that I can use lavender, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, when in doubt, lavender and frankincense are amazing oils.
That's correct.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, thanks. That was great, Shelley.
Yeah, and just
Thanks
use
so
them.
much.
Don't be afraid, you know. You know, the worst thing that'll happen is you'll run out. You know, that'll be the best thing.
Okay.
All right, so
Great.
I'll be in touch. Sharon, I want to hear how the diffuser works out for you, okay? It's a really nice diffuser.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right. All right.
Good seeing you.
Excellent.
Ciao, guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Shell.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.